tracks day 15. Well, Mojo has moved about 5 feet southeast of his last location. And it looks to me like he's digging into the soil. He's mounted some leaves up over top of him as he's dug in. And I don't know if he's digging a form or if he's going to dig deeper and create a place to hibernate. It's really pretty warm here on this slope, surrounded by all the briars. He hasn't moved much. He's still on the south slope. And it's in the mid-60s and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. So today's going to be pretty warm out here on this slope, and he'll be able to get some work done if he is excavating a place to hibernate. Now it's interesting to note that the temperature where he is sitting now in the soil is around 65.5 degrees Fahrenheit. 5 feet above ground in the breeze, it's 58 degrees. So you can see why they dig into the soil. There's a substantial temperature difference. And that's what keeps them from freezing to death in the winter. A few locates ago, when Mojo was out on the side of the slope nearby, more out in the open, I recorded his temperature one morning. Well, actually, I think it was afternoon. And believe it or not, the temperature where Mojo was sitting was 88 degrees in the sun, and the sun was bearing down his shell like a solar panel. In the shade, just a few inches away, it was 71 degrees. And at 5 feet above ground level, in the breeze, it was also 71 degrees. Now that's amazing. Really amazing. So that shows you that he had positioned his body so he could take full advantage of that microclimate generated by being underneath a bush, out of the wind, close to the ground. And believe it or not, that night, right before, just a few hours earlier, that night had been around 30 degrees. And there was ice on standing water. So that's a huge variation in temperature, going from below freezing to almost 90 degrees. Really incredible. Now you can see how I'm dressed. I came from up on top of the ridge. I've got on gloves, a wool vest, and a wool jacket, and flannel shirt, and a t-shirt. It was cold up there, and I'm sitting here melting. I'm sitting in this microclimate right where Mojo's sitting, and I'm thinking about peeling off several of these layers because it's just so warm with that sun bearing down on me. So you can see how animals can survive because of the microclimate created by their habitat, or different aspects of their habitat. Now, if you were to come in here into this piece of this land, most people would think, oh wow, we need to remove all the briars, remove all these little young saplings, and make a nice pasture out of it. Or at least just remove the briars, because briars are terrible. They cut us and get in the way, and they make the land unusable. Well, they might, depending on what you're doing, but if you want to manage for wildlife, leave your briars, leave your thickets, leave small trees, leave clearings, have a good patchwork, because that's what these animals need. They need variation. They need to be able to go from warm places to cool places. They need to be able to thermoregulate if they're reptiles. They need to be able to find food. And areas with all kinds of different vegetation types like this provide all kinds of cover for many different animals, so therefore lots of different kinds of food for everyone. Everyone's happy. Well, that's it for today. We'll come back and check on them soon.